Hello, and this is another video. This is Win or Bin. I am very sorry about the break since the last video, but quite frankly, I just haven't been asked to do anything other than play games for my own free time and enjoyment. But I have come back for the need of doing more reviews, of course. So this one is Train Graveyard Simulator. This is the playtest, which I was provided by the developer, which I think anybody can get, to be honest. It's presumably some sort of spiritual successor or cousin to Ship Graveyard Simulator, to which I've been playing a fair bit of Ship Graveyard Simulator 2 recently. And you're not going to help but make comparisons between the two games, of course, which I will do. The big difference right away is that the Ship iteration is developed by Games Incubator and Hypnotic Ants, and this is only developed by Games Incubator. Perhaps there is something to be said for that as we go through this. Now, this is a playtest, so I'm not going to be giving this a win or a bin rating, but just, let's say, first impressions, because the playtest is only about 15 minutes long. So let's just give you a flavour of what to expect. But I'm still going to give you the good and the bad, but I am very conscious this is a playtest and things can change, things can improve, etc, etc. First positive is the move from ships to trains. Why not? I mean, they are heavy machines, just like ships. They have lots of materials on them, which you can dismantle. Lots of metal, lots of plastics, lots of liquid things, wiring probably, that type of thing. So yeah, it's a really good idea. Why not? Another positive is the trains do look quite good. I mean, you're only given a singular train to start with, to be honest, but it looks detailed enough. It has a cabin you can go into and dismantle the individual parts of the cabin, along with, of course, the shell and the structure of the train itself. And I think it looks kind of nice. It's kind of an old school diesel locomotive, and for some reason it seems to be set in the Wild West, and you're in a warehouse, which is neither a good or bad thing. Perhaps a strange choice of location, but maybe that's where trains get taken apart in America. I mean, this looks like an American desert location, so I'm thinking that's probably where it is, but yeah. And that's all I liked about this. And this may very well be because I really enjoy Ship Graveyard Simulator 2, and that is a game in itself that has so many flaws, but it's the benchmark for me, so I can't help it. You're going to make the comparisons. So I will take note of the first massive issue for me is the sound effects. They are terrible. For example, the hammer hitting the material, and when you have significantly dismantled something enough, you can then smash that through. Things would collapse onto the floor, you would pick them up, but the sounds surrounding all of that happening are not very good at all. They're tinny, too repetitive. It's the same monotone sound every time. They're not varying that whatsoever. When you do take things apart and you are full and you need to take whatever you've collected to the stockpile, should we call it, you can't do the long distance throwing. So again, to make the comparison, in Ship Graveyard Simulator, you could throw your full case from anywhere and it would reach the back of the truck. And that would be great because it would save you having to keep walking miles to offload and walk back miles to carry on and do what you're doing. Yeah, maybe some people would think that you could throw from anywhere is maybe a little bit over the top and unrealistic, but this isn't meant to be a particularly realistic game in that sense, and it is a bit annoying having to keep going and dropping off things from literally point blank range, so I'm not enjoying that side of things. Once you fill up your stockpile, so you have X amount of tons that you can put on your pallet, you are then given a forklift truck to go and pick up the pallet. By the way, the pallet is visually empty, so you just have some numbers on there. So 1,000 kilos of 1,000 kilos, for example, and then you know it's full, but there's nothing on the pallet, you know, it's an empty pallet. You take your forklift, you lift it, you then take it to a sorting machine, and then you press a button and it does some sorting for you automatically. You see nothing, you do nothing. You then are prompted to take your truck, which is literally the same truck from Ship Graveyard Simulator, and you automatically have that loaded. You then take the truck to a warehouse, you unload that, all automatic. You then go to a person next to the warehouse and sell it. Again, pretty much automatic. It's too long of a process and you do nothing. Now, I know in Ship Graveyard Simulator you had this little puzzle game where you had to put the right material in the right box and blah 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 blah, and that in itself is a bit weird and some people might not have liked it and it gets a bit boring after a while, but at least you're doing something. In this, you're doing nothing, and that's not a good thing at all. That does need improvement. Overall, the UI isn't particularly friendly. It looks far more amateur. I don't like it. It just looks cheap, nasty, not brilliant. And it just, the whole thing just feels emptier, hollower, or more hollow, if that's a better choice of words, than its ship sim cousin. And in my opinion, I am not an expert or knowledgeable of the developer of Hypnotic Ants, but they must be the key to this as far as I'm aware in terms of what makes a better game, because Ship Graveyard Simulator is actually really good, right? And there are those two developers involved. This one is lacking Hypnotic Ants, and it's clearly not going to be at the same level as it stands. So maybe they hold the key as the developer. That's my opinion on such a short experience, but it's an opinion nonetheless. Not going to say a win or a bin at this stage because that's just not going to be fair, as I say. So for me so far, I'm not enjoying it, but let's just see where it goes. Thanks for watching the video, and take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.